how to do the ProCreate sketching if you want to do it on ProCreate, or you can do it by hand, I don't mind. I'm just going to talk you through like what I did on here to just generate some really basic design ideas. No big deal, like nothing really complicated. So the first thing to do is to import the ProCreate file into your ProCreate. So to do that, you just tap import. Once you've downloaded the assignment from Teams, you can just tap on the file there and it will import. And there we go. Now I've actually already put in the layer structure for you. So we've got in here, actually what's layer 4? I don't think we need that one. We've got your rendering layer, we've got your line work layer, and we've got your text layer. So if I go to the text layer, and if I just tap on it with my finger, and I show my keyboard, just go show keyboard, I can then type in my initials. Less is more usually with text, to be honest. And if you want to change the font or whatever, you can just double tap, go select all, and you can choose whichever font you want to have just going down there, and just go done. So let's say I want just simple basic font like that. I'm going to go to my line work layer now, go to the brushes tab. I always sketch with ProCreate pencil, and we'll get just a grey, like a dark grey, like that. Now what's nice with ProCreate is if you use 2 fingers, you can pinch, you can twist, so you can get the page so that it's just right for what you want to draw. So I'm going to start off with, let's do just a simple rectangle shape. I'm going to start off with some nice brushed lines, nice and smooth, just doing the whole length in one go if I can, like that. And then I'm going to add the rounded corners. There's no technical way of doing this, or there's no need to do it technically in ProCreate. So I'm just going to sort of brush in the corners like that. Now I find it really hard to do them that way around, so I have to just twist my page. It's a good technique, to be honest, is make the page work for you. And then I can try to do my offset. Now this is where with ProCreate, if you draw and then hold with your pencil, it will then create a line. So once you've got your design in, you can tap and hold, and it actually gives you a nice straight line. So once I've got my design in place, I can just do that and then start drawing in. It's good to start drawing light, just so that you get the design basically in place, and then you've got kind of like guidelines just to do the finished design on there. And this is the same, if you're drawing this by hand, you just use a ruler just to finish off. So I'm going to tap and hold, and then I'm pressing a bit darker with my pencil as well. There we go. So Mr. B, I can draw my circle. Now it's quite nice in ProCreate. When you draw a circle, hold, and then put a finger on the screen, you see it makes a circle, so you can then make the hole like that. Now I'm going to get my eraser tool, and I'm going to just brush out that little bit there. Okay, now we can switch to the rendering tab. Now the easy way to render, the most simple, is to get airbrush. Soft brush is fine. Pick your color. I mean, let's just do like a sort of light green, just go behind the text. So the simplest way of doing it is you literally just do some nice long brushes like that to go behind the text. And that's all you need to do. The only trouble with doing that is it goes over the edges. So say if I wanted to have the top edge to be white, I need to get my eraser tool then, and then go around and just erase out around the edge there, which is fine. You can just erase the bits that you don't want, like that there. Because what we have now is some very clever 3D printers that can print in colour, so they can do more than one colour filament at the same time. So there we go. So I can just go around and do that. If I want to do the hole in the middle, a darker colour, I can get a darker green. Whee! 2 fingers to undo on ProCreate. Just tap the screen with 2 fingers. Let's get a smaller airbrush. I'm just going to just do some circles in there. And what's quite nice is because the rendering is behind the line work, I can just hide that and then you can see it again. If I want to do a bit of a shadow behind the letters to make them look kind of like 3D, I could just sort of go around just on the right side of the letters, or the right side and the underneath. Sorry, the bottom edges like that, and it just gives sort of like a relief effect. You can see you can just go around there like that, and it makes the letters look like they're lifted up off the bottom of the page. And again, you can do this with pencil crayons as well. You just need to have just get a black pencil crayon to go over it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's my first design. Then to do the second design, all I need to do is get my Mr. B text, drag to the right, go duplicate. I'm going to get the arrow marker on the top left, drag down, you see we then get the duplicate. And I can put that somewhere else, and I can even then do some things like put it at an angle, and then I can go on to line work, get my pencil back, so let's go back to sketching, ProCreate pencil, and choose my dark grey. And then I can do something else, so I could maybe do, let's see, I could do something like this. If I do, that's a terrible circle, so I'm going to tap and hold my finger, and we'll do something like this. So we could do one that has a circle at one end, and then maybe it has like a sort of parallelogram at the other end, like that. Let's round off the corners up here. With designs, always just stick to basic shapes and just sort of smush them together. We could put the keyring hole down here, maybe. In fact, no, that's a terrible place to put it. The obvious place is to put it over here. There we are. Now, if you're going to try and get the that edge, like the one I drew before, I'm going to try and draw that as best as I can, press circle. That's about as good as I'm going to get. So I can draw my border around the edge there. And remember, you can tap and hold lines to get straight edges. There we are. And then you can get your eraser tool, and you can just erase out the bits that you don't want to see. So these bits here, actually I don't want any of that inside, because that's going to get in the way of the text. So I'm going to go around and erase all that there, like that. There we go. Okay, and let's just go back over the text. And then you can go back to your rendering layer, and you can start doing your rendering. If you want to do the rendering even neater, you can tap on the ribbon icon there, go freehand, and you can just tap with your pencil just around the area that you want to. It's called masking, so you're just like masking off the area. And you end up back where you started. And you see then you pick up get your airbrush tool, and we'll get the lighter green, I think, and make sure the airbrush is nice and big, and then you can do your colour behind. And then we can sort of put a bit of a shadow around the top there. It's a little bit easier to do it like that. And then we can just tap on the ribbon to deselect. And you see it keeps the rendering inside a boundary. Okay, so just see what you can do. Try and do 4 if you can. If you can do 6, amazing, you get a house point.